This video will be a quick review of importing a frame sequence, adjusting the speed and the time. I'll begin by importing the frame sequence, going to File, Import, File, or Command-I on the keyboard, and I'll select one of the frames, and down below I'll choose Create Composition, Import JPEG Sequence, and I'll click on Open. Now I'm getting an error message here, and I've done this intentionally. I'm going to import it to show you what the error looks like, so if you come across this, you'll know how to deal with it. I'll hit open, and if I were to drag through my timeline now, I get a frame that has the color spectrum on it. And I intentionally eliminated frame 3 to demonstrate this. So you may find yourself eliminating frames you don't need in the sequence of pictures you had taken for your animation. I'll delete this file, and I'll re-import. I'll select one of the frames, and then down at the bottom, in addition to Create Composition, Import a JPEG Sequence, I'll click on Force Alphabetical. And that will maintain the order to bring those clips in. If we take a look at the end of the timeline, we'll see that this is just barely 1+ seconds long. Our clips have to be 6 seconds long, and there have to be 3 of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is add time to my timeline. To do so, I could go to Composition, Composition Settings, or I could hit Command K on the keyboard with the timeline selected. Down near the bottom of the window, I'll choose Duration, and I will make it 1800 for the 3 sequences of 6. With the timeline selected, I'll hit the minus key to show me the entire timeline. Next, I want to extend the animation sequence to 6 seconds. Selecting it in the timeline, I'll right-click and I'll choose Time Stretch. And then for the new duration, I'll select all, hitting 600, and return. Now I've got 1 6-second sequence. With that clip selected, I'll hit Command D to duplicate. Holding the Shift, I'll snap it to the previous one. Command D, Shift, snap it to the previous. And now I have my 3 sequences of 6 seconds each. Once my audio's in, the last step would be to go to File, Export, and Add to Media Encoder. The file will show up in the upper right-hand corner in the render queue. I'll click on H.264 to build the preview, turning off the audio. For the output name, I will click on the blue name here and rename it and direct it where I want it to go. I'll click OK. In the upper right-hand corner of the render queue, I'll click on the green triangle.